Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can create a book cover like this for a client who is an author and make money, make a side hustle, a full-time hustle, but how you can just create these from the elements in Canva. We're going to drop it into a mock-up. We're not going to be using the mock-up on Canva. I'm going to show you where else you can find a mock-up to use even if you don't have a pro account. Alright, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna just show you how you can create a mystery horror kind of book in Canva, just finding a few elements, and I'm going to be using these elements to create the cover. Okay, I've gone through and selected the images that I want, so let's just drag them onto the and here. Let's drag them. I just want this about here, and I want this to look like a pool. Let me see if I turn it upside down. No, this is fine. If I turn it this way, I need to take it back to 90 degrees. You can clearly see it's not 90 degrees. It will say 0. It's fine now. And have it centered. And then I'm going to take this image of it, and here we're trying to create a composition, and that is a combination of lots more than one photos. Okay, I see I've lost that one. Let me just go back. I'll come here and drag it on the canvas and stretch it a little bit. Okay, let's stretch it a little bit. The characters, these nice areas to make this whole thing scene look believable, is something else. I could have a gap. I could do it a gap that is in here, and we want to make this not as obvious like that. So we're gonna edit the image. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna click edit. Let's do that again. We're gonna click edit and then scroll all the way down to vignette, and we want to darken the image just a bit. I also am going to go up to shadow, just a little bit of right, and just to make it a little bit darker, and highlights. Let's turn that down because we're trying to get both images to blend in with each other and look believable. The water puddle is not believable, so we're just gonna go in and we're going to edit, and then we're going to remove the water drops. So we don't want to do that. So I'm not going to use the click, I'm going to use the brush. I'm going to resize it a bit, right? And then let's carry it up a little bit. Let's take it to about that. And then we're going to move the water droplets. Let's just be slowly remove that. And then let's remove this one. It's the detail of the droplet in the water. I'm just gonna leave that there, but then I'm gonna grab that out. We have to wait just a little bit, and then it will really separate the droplet from the photo. And here they are. I can move it around. I'm just going to delete it. Press delete, I don't want that. And the next item we're gonna grab this. This is the blur. I'm gonna bring it onto the canvas. Now what we want to do is change the color to, I'm gonna use this, but the best thing, what I like to do is come up here, take the eyedropper tool and pick up the darkest area, not the black, but the darkest area in this section to just copy. I want to resize it because I want it to match here and still cover a section of this one. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna hold down Alt and just drag and keep it that small. I might go up a little bit. I'm gonna come down a little bit. I'm gonna go over. It's not gonna be neat. It shouldn't be neat because what we're trying to create is something seamless. Right, something seamless that we just want it to look like a dark area in the forest. I've not come up with the title for this book yet. So what my intention is to take you all the way until we do the cover in so for this, let's drag this up just a little bit more, right? And then we're going to lock. I'm just gonna go on the layer. If I lock it, if I click lock here, like if I lock it here, everything is gonna be locked. We're just gonna say undo. Right, we don't want to do that. So I'm gonna come all the way down in the layer panel, and I'm going to click the three little dots and then say lock. We said lock right again, right here. I'm also looking for this. I don't want it to be moving up and down, so I'm going to do the same. I'm going to lock it as well. Done. And then, since I want to make sure this look as natural as possible, I'm going to just resize that. The next thing I'd like to add is a blur right at the end here. I think I've already added to the canvas. I've added fog. Let me turn this into white. Let me see what else is there in the background. Nothing else. That's it. Alright, so I'm going to go up into elements and I'm going to look for blur. This is it. I'm going to look for a blur. I don't know if it came over, but let's just try that again. Here it is. And what it is doing is just taking a bit of the detail out. Right? We want it to look very natural, as if we created this and it's not really possible. If you know, you know. But we're going to just to get a little bit more dark area, we're going to add some pine trees as well. We're going to add some pine trees and we're going to change the color of the trees. I'm going to change the color of the trees. For this, we are going to pick up the color of here, okay? And then see how dark, and then we're gonna pick up same thing for the other one. Right, so we can put it in this area. Right, we have the pine trees. We're gonna go back again to elements, and then we're going to pick up this pine tree, this pine tree. We're going to pick up this pine tree. Right, this is the first one that we added. Let's move this down to here, and then this other one that we added, let's change the color as well to to blending. And now we're going to go to the layers panel, and we are going to shift up the trees a bit, because this is the one and I really want it behind this. And then this one, I'm just going to put it here just a bit. We're just going to put it here. And then we're going to control and drag to, you should see the puddle, but it's not all that evident. We want to see the top of this is like a real forest, right? A real forest. And we want the characters to, the leaves to show up. Okay, so there's no tree that's going to be standing side beside that, but this is fine. Let's drag this down a little bit. I still want to see some of the details of the shape of this tree here. This is fine. This is fine. And then here. Okay, so we are going to be dragging the shadow onto, where is this shadow? There's a shadow here somewhere. I'm just gonna copy and paste the shadow. It's not really a shadow, it's a paste. It's a fog. So we're gonna put the fog here. We want it to look a little bit foggy, detailed. Then we're gonna come up here and then we're gonna drag it. Right, we're gonna drag it behind here. I noticed the fog. Let me put it above. Let me just put it above this one a little bit. Let's see what happens. And what is this? This is the darkness. I don't know why it gets so light all of a sudden. I don't want that. We need it to. So we're just gonna go over to the layers panel and come all the way down here. This is the one that needs to. So we have to open it. Click on it, but then open for you to be able to change anything on it. And we want to make the picture. We're going to go to adjust. And we want to make it a little darker. So what we're gonna do, we already shuffled the highlight. Let's see if we add a little bit of black to it, what will happen. Just a little bit. But the fog, I think the fog is brightness. Okay, that's if we want it to illuminate. No, we don't want to do that. We definitely don't want to do that. I might rethink the fog because the fog is not. Okay, so let's go back to the layers panel. Touch the fog. Let's turn down the opacity on the fog. Okay. I have to rethink something else because no, my pond is looking a little bit too dark. I want to. This is one of the. This is the area that we really wanted to highlight. It's too dark, so we're just gonna go back to edit and edit photo. I need to go to layers panel first, and then find this, which is the puddle. And then we are going to go to edit, and then we want to adjust. If you don't know, Canva has changed a bit of stuff that has made it a little harder. No, not a little harder. You have to be introducing yourself to the new changes. I don't know. I'm not. Okay, so it's the brightness. I think it's a bit much. I think it's a bit much. I'm not liking it. I don't like the this space here is not believable for me. I'm gonna just make it, I'm gonna do that for now. And resize these trees just so it look like a complete scary area. And then the next thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna drag the photo of the lady that looks absolutely so scared. So we're just gonna go, we're gonna move her back, the background, and then we want to blend her in the image, but not overpowering. These sharp lines are not gonna do, they're not believable. So we're just gonna, if it was another software, we'd be able to minimize that, but we're gonna take it down to about here, and let's click off. You still can see the box, the boxy, a little bit of the, so I could have her looking like this, I could have her looking like that, and then go position. Let's see where we have her photo, and we are going to drag her behind the trees. We're gonna drag her behind the trees, drag her behind this, so allowing the dark. Let's just go back again, position. I need to drag her beyond here as well. Because these were to hide the detail of the end of the tree and where the mountain stops. So that's what we're gonna do. And then I'm going to continue working on this, and then come back with the finish, and then we're gonna add the text. Welcome back. So we are doing the cover at this point, and I need to decide where I want the text to go. What do I want to be the focus, which word I want to be the focus, what colors I want to use. And I came up with this. I just use, well, in this case what I did, I copied the color, this color, and then let's click on it, copy the X code, put it up here in search, so that it would give me a combination of what I'm able to do, you know. So this could have been yellow. We could have added a little bit of brightness to the book. We could have added a bit of dark or a little bit of that in the book. We could have done any amount of things with the cover, right? So once I created the layout of how I want the text to look on the design, I'm just going to come here and then group them and then copy. I tried it with the one with the pinkish. I tried it with the one with the pinkish look. So now we're just gonna duplicate that. You don't have to throw away your work, you can just duplicate, hold on, and just get rid of that and then paste. And this is interesting, so let's make it a little bigger and put everything on center, right? This is interesting. This color is not showing, so let's just change it to white to see what's gonna happen, right? And then we want to show the eyes, because you can see the eyes popping out there. So it's a combination of lots of different elements to create the book cover. So this is a 6x9. What we did when we started to create, we went to the size of the book. I know what the size of the book is, so I just went to book cover and then created it, right? Alright, that's what I did. And if we come here, we can see file size. This is the 34.44 by 48.76. This is what I'm trying to match it with the, when we go over to Photoshop, you will see what we're using to for the mockup. We're just gonna drop everything on the mockup so that the book looks real and thick and have dimensions. Okay, so this is the front. The back cover, we're gonna do the back cover, and I'm gonna open another. Okay, so this is the cover. So let's move it all the way up to the top. Let's move it all the way up to the top, because we're gonna be working with, I'm in between mine, right? I'm definitely in between mine. So I'm gonna go so, and then drag this. I think I like this one a little bit better, and let that be at the one at the front. And then now we're gonna be just click back on the 4 little boxes. It will take us back to the artwork, and we already want a blank page here, a blank page to be at number 2. So we're gonna choose a background. So you're gonna come back to photo, and then we're going to choose, we're just gonna type in background. And then, you know, we could say green, we could say dark green. So we're just gonna go here, we're gonna come here, and we're going to choose the color. The color is about somewhere in between here and here. Let's say apply. We want texture, so let's put in textured background. And voila, these are nice. I immediately like this. I could turn it this way, right, and then drag this all the way, and still need a little bit. If you're creating this for KDP, you have to create it to scale, right? You have to. So, and you have to leave section for bleed. So we're just gonna, I like this. And then we are going to be designing the back. We're going to be putting the blurb on the back. We're gonna come right back to putting the blurb on the back. Stay tuned. And so, just for the interest of time, we are just going to be borrowing stuff from a book that I've created. These are just sample books. These are not client work. So we're just gonna copy just the text and the photo from the back. So we're just gonna copy, go back over to the other, to the back page of here, and we're gonna say paste. Wow, so small. This is so crazy. We need it to fit here. We need it to fit right in here. So easy. So easy. Right? And then we're going to take the name from the front of the book, copy, and we're going to put it on the back of the book. But get this, we're just going to resize, right? we're just going to resize. In this case, I'm going to ungroup everything and then resize the entire thing so that it works. So we're just going to move this out of the way, and then the first writing searching has to come here. Searching this is fine. This is fine. right? So then we're just gonna go back, just gonna make it smaller just so we see everything, and I need to undo this because it's supposed to say searching for, so the 4 has to come here. I'll put the 4 here, right? I'll just resize it a little bit so it peeps out here. I'll resize that, drag this around a bit until it is obviously showing. There's just some things, once you do it with one, you need to make sure there's consistency. And then searching for the ghost of. This off is supposed to be here. Aha. And this is nice. Searching. It's a searching for the ghost of Aunt Emma. And then I will just group everybody, make everybody happy. That way, sometimes you want to move the, we just say group. So I can move it if I want. The T is a little bit out. This looks centered, searching looks centered. I'm gonna ungroup again. Let me see if searching isn't centered. Let's see if there's a space before the word. Nope. Undo. Behind. Nope. Nope. So this is fine. So we are going to just group them again. Now remember that we have already done the cover. I'm just gonna go away, make it smaller so I can see side. So this is the front, this is the back. The barcode is gonna come here, and then this is how you. So these are just placeholder text that I came up with. The photo was one that already used on another design to create another cover that I did, and we're just using it for the interest of time so that we can get to putting it in Photoshop and watch the book come alive. We're not gonna see the, I don't think you're gonna see the back, but we have both the back and the front. So let's go. I'm going to download the front copy, and that's number 1. We want a PNG. When you're uploading it onto Amazon KDP, you need a PDF print file, but for what I'm doing with it, I need a PNG, and just a page 1. Click only page 1, current page, and done. Download. And we have to wait a little bit for this to happen. Oh, the next thing I forgot to add to the cover is the name of the author. So we're just gonna go over here, choose a text. We're just gonna choose a heading text, and I am going to put, who's the author now? The author is Jane Doe, right? Jane Doe. That's the name of the author. And because we've already let's see, you shouldn't use more than 2 texts. 2, you can use up to 3 if you have a curly, but you shouldn't use more than 2 texts on the book cover, just so that everything doesn't look so busy. So I'm going to, I need to change is it kerning? Tell me in the comment if it's kerning or you have the space between the letters and the space between the and where the stuck. So one is current, the other one I don't remember right now. But we're gonna resize this, and I don't have to put by here. Alright, I don't. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. But what I really should do, I think that's not looking right, so I'm gonna give it some more space. And that is right. This looks better. So this is the book. I'm gonna carry this up a bit. Are you serious? One. So I'm going to come again. Oh no, it's picking up on everything. So I'm gonna come here. I'll go to position. These things happen. So we are going to be adding the cover. As you can see, the cover highlighted here. It's grouped already. So we're just gonna click on Control and then touch these two, and then tell it group. So when we move them, everything moves. Right? So undo. So I want it just to go up a bit. Our eyes is just peeking right over it. We also want to see that. Right? No. We should have already downloaded the cover. I made some changes, so I'm going to download the cover again. And the name of the cover, you should always make sure you're saving the file name on your cover. So searching for the of right, and then we're just gonna go here, download, and download number 1. We select that, tell no to that, all of those, and just select current page. It's already PNG, so we're good, and we said done. Download. I think it will save it as the complete name. So we are going to go over to, just have a bit to go. When we come right back, we'll show you how you work with the mockup and where you can find mockups that you can work with. Thank you for coming back. One of the things that we like to do is to give the client the book looking, even though it's a PDF file, they're getting looking ready, looking good, right? I think this is the design that I'm using a 6x9. I'm designing I think it's a 6x9, but in this case I didn't use, let me see which one. This is the PDF. This is the Photoshop file. So if I'm on the internet and I hope everything is showing, let me see. I think this is where I got the cover from. This is not something we're creating for a client, we're just doing this for demonstration purposes. This is it. So is A4, A5, A6, right? So I just come here, click on it, and then let me just do it. Close out this page, and then it shows me the book like this. So you're not gonna see the back cover. If we want to share the client interior, then we'll have to include these pages from their file, couple pages, put it in as a PDF, and then upload it. But we're just gonna concentrate on the cover. If you want me to show you how to add the interior pages to the mockup, please leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll create that. But right now we're just gonna be doing this. So we downloaded the cover. I've already. Okay, so this is a mockup that we downloaded from. We got it from mockupdesign.com. That's where we got it from, right? So I'm just gonna close that, and this is the one that we're creating. Not this, not this, not this, not the standing book, but this. If we create the standing book, I can do that where I create the spine of the book, but that's not what we're doing today. We're doing this one. So this is the Photoshop file, and over here you can see the layers. You can see this is the book cover, this is the mock-up, and this is the background, book cover, the mock-up with the depth and the shadow and all of that. We want to get to the book cover, right? So we're just going to double click here, smart object thumbnail. We're just going to double click here and it's going to open this page, right? Let me just click off of that. Then we're going to bring in the cover that we've already designed. So we're going to say place and then look for the cover. This is the one with the author's name at the bottom. So we're going to click that, and here we are. Everything is added. We're just going to accept this to be the design. It's well designed. I must say I really love how this book cover turned out. We have to say save. We have to say save. Once we say save, it goes back to the mockup file and it is added just like that. So you can go online so you can just go back to the website, but that's where I got the mockup from, and downloaded the PSD file and then upload. There are lots of files in here. This is the cover, this is the book cover copy. There are layers, there's another layer again, but we're not interested in that. We just want to change just the top cover and move right along. If you find this video useful, please remember to like, comment, and share it with your friends, share it with another author. I also do believe that podcasters and online coaches also write books. Podcasters, authors, and online coaches. I'll see you in the next video.